Hamas marked the start of the new year with a heavy rocket barrage directed at Tel Aviv and other parts of central and southern Israel. The rockets were intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome or fell in open areas. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu earlier addressed the nation and said Israel is fighting on all fronts and that to win the war will take more time, many more months.
We are continuing to fight until the goals of the war have been achieved, especially the elimination of Hamas and the release of all our hostages. We are not relenting even for a moment in our efforts to bring our hostages back home, even at this very moment. We will ensure that Gaza no longer constitutes a threat to Israel, that there will be no element in it that finances terrorism, educates its children for terrorism, and pays the families of terrorists.
Netanyahu says all the soldiers and citizens he speaks to say the same thing: continue the battle.
They are fighting with force and new methods above and below ground. This is very complex fighting, but we have the upper hand.
The IDF said its troops were engaging in fierce battles against the terrorists. In one case, the terrorists were hiding among civilians and firing at Israel. In another, the IDF said it found a kindergarten where terrorists had set up explosive devices in anticipation of the Israeli troops. On Monday, Israel said it eliminated a Hamas commander who had led terrorists in the October 7th attack and afterwards against troops. Hezbollah kept up its attacks against northern Israel over the weekend, and Israel hit back hard, including in villages in southern Lebanon, from where Hezbollah was launching its attacks.
Hezbollah has turned the southern villages in southern Lebanon into a combat zone. To Hezbollah, just like Hamas, the residents of southern Lebanon do not matter. They are a human shield for them. We will continue to strike in Lebanon, in southern Lebanon. Wherever Hezbollah activates terror against us, they will encounter significant and powerful strikes.
U.S. Navy helicopters fired at Houthi rebels who were attacking a ship and then shot at the helicopters in the Red Sea. The U.S. battle is the latest attack by the Houthis on a major shipping route, and it's linked to the war in Gaza, as the Houthis, like Hezbollah, are backed by Iran.
Regarding Iran, Iran is leading the axis of evil and the aggression against us on the various fronts. This aggression is aimed not only at Israel, but at the entire free world.
Meanwhile, Israeli buildings lit up a message to call for the release of hostages, and Israeli President Herzog issued a New Year's call to world leaders in multiple languages on X, formerly Twitter, on behalf of the hostages held by Hamas. As we enter 2024, I call on the entire family of nations, on all world leaders, to demand and work for the immediate, unconditional release of our 133 hostages. Babies, the elderly, women, men are being held in brutal captivity by Hamas without vital medication or visitation from the Red Cross. Their immediate release is at the core of our battle with Hamas terrorists in Gaza. May the light dispel the darkness, and may the new year bring peace, hope, and healing for all. Families of hostages also put out short video greetings asking to be remembered during the New Year's celebrations.
I want you to celebrate today and smile and hug your loved ones and remember the 133 people that are still hostages by Hamas.
Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.